I could ring up a couple of birds, you know. A couple of them darlings that dance on top of the pops, you know what I mean? What they call Pan's people, yeah. There's one special one. Beautiful Bab. I don't know what her name is.
Recently you were a special guest on Top of the Pop's latest relaunch, which was a chance to catch up with old friends, including the show's godfather, Sir Jimmy Savile.
How do you, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening. Welcome. Hello, this is Top of the Pop.
Hey, Babs. Wow, things have changed, yeah? The old days. Terrific. Do you remember Royal Marine Camp? 1,100 men fall in love with you all at the same time? You must have had about probably 7 million male admirers at any one time. But I was your number one. I was the biggest.
Sarah, you joined in 1972, and you had some competition.
Well, I suppose it was a bit like pop stars and pop idols. If today everybody wanted to be Babs.
Now, among those serious students of choreography who admired your finer points were a couple of young actors and best mates, Robert Powell and Dennis Waterman. Dennis, you can confirm this.
Absolutely, yeah. Bob and I met in 65, 66, and we had lots of shared interests. And before we went to the local art exhibition or something, we'd watch Top of the Pops and we'd be drooling. I'd been at school and had a bit of a crush on Ruth, you see. So I'd say, I know the little dark one. And he goes, yeah, but what about a blonde? 35 years later, happily married, 2 beautiful kids, she decides to sail around the world, proving, as we all know, that Babs is not only very beautiful, but absolutely bonkers.
Well, back to those early days when he was cherishing you from afar, but you met finally in 1974 in the bar of the BBC Club. Do you recall that moment, Robert?
Yeah, I do. God, I'll never forget it. I went in for a drink with a friend of mine who was working on Sports Night on Wednesday night, same night as I recorded Top of the Pops. And I went in and had a beer, saw the girls come in at lunchtime, went, look over there, fancy people. And he's gone, yeah, I know. He said, do you want to meet them? So I was dragged over. and said hello. And I didn't have the courage to invite Babs on her own, because that would seem presumptuous. So I thought the only way to do it is to take everybody out. And I managed to kidnap Babs a little bit later.
You took me back to my car.
I took her back to her car and dropped her off in her car, which, unbeknownst to me, had a puncture. And I drove off.
You hadn't been together long when Robert is cast by Franco Zeffirelli to star in his epic TV production, Jesus of Nazareth. With the location work involved, it would have meant months apart. You decided to get married. It's a quiet affair at the Goose Tree Parish Church in Cheshire on August the 29th, 1975. My king was their fan. And then Robert sets off to Morocco. You quit Pan's people and you join him. You even persuade Franco Zeffirelli to give you a job on the production. What sort of job was that?
It was classifying all the footage that came through on VT when Franco realised he was looking for some rushes one night and that this package had arrived and he needed to get to a shot very quickly. And I'd been banging on doors saying, I must have something to do. And so he summoned me to his suite and he said, oh, darling, you want a job? Okay, I need such and such shot. Find it. So, yes, Franco, I didn't even know how to switch the video recorder on. I'm not sure.
Well, when you go home, you soon have a new responsibility, a family. Barney was born in 1977. Kate arrived 2 years later. And Kate, yours is not a typical mum.
No, I wouldn't say she was typical at all, because when I was about 16, I had to go through the rather embarrassing phase of my family being likened to the family and absolutely fabulous. Myself being the conscientious student, Sappy, who stayed up nights waiting for her mother to come home, often arm in arm with the delinquent and Ingrid parents.
Well, as well as bringing up your own children, you were godmother to the daughter of a good friend. When you took on your responsibility